G'day everybody, Simon here, Explosive Action, back for another death metal vinyl update. 6 records to look at, let's get into it. This episode of Explosive Action is brought to you by Blacksound Records. Blacksound Records is a record store located in Melbourne, Australia, specialising in underground metal, punk, noise, experimental and everything in between. Blacksound offers fast and free delivery options across Australia, New Zealand and the world. Explosive Action viewers can get 5% off their first order using the code EXPLOSIVE05 at checkout. A reminder, as always, this video went to channel members first. You get early access to videos such as these for 99 cents a month. Join, it's a lot of fun. First one we're going to take a look at today is a band from Poland with their first full-length album release. This is Clairvoyance with Chasm of Immurament. Immurament. I don't know entirely sure what immurament is, but it's a very hard word to say. But yeah, Poland, right? Death metal, besides sort of Vader, Decapitated, Poland doesn't immediately come to mind for me when it comes to death metal. I can't say this is any particular Polish sound to it when I listen to it, but they follow up their 2022 Blood Harvest EP, Threshold of Nothingness, which was really good. And Chasm of Immurament here on Carbonized Records is a big step forward, actually, I think, sonically for the guys. It's crisper, it's heavier, the songs are just better. Like, they've just stepped it up for the full length, which is exactly what you want. They're a 5-piece band with dual guitars. Reminds me pretty heavily of early Tomb Mold. So, up to and including Matter of Infinite Forms. That's sort of about the threshold, I'd say. A little of the very early Blood Incantation Interdimensional Extinction EP, that early stuff. The sci-fi stuff from both of the bands there, I think, is coming across. I mean, there's a giant wormhole thing here filled with skulls. Like, it's sort of on point. But definitely, there's more meat hammer death metal here, bludgeoning than both of those bands. You get 6 5-ish minute songs here, straight to the point death metal tracks. Side A closer, Flesh Machine. That one caused my speakers to resonate. That was a particularly strong one. In ways I've not heard them do in a while, actually. I thought they might vibrate off the shelf, but yeah, it was an impressive track sonically. Starting to hear some fetid in the sound of Clairvoyance a little bit as well. There's like a swampy marsh in space. I think there you go. That might be what Clairvoyance sounds like. Perhaps they're on Dagobah. There's a reference for you. Mallet swinging riffs and just hammering drums. The snare has a huge crack to it. I always love when the snares have a big snap sound to it, a nice analog sounding snap. And the double bass, it sounds like it's hitting a sack of wet potatoes, thick and just yeah, like it's really, really good. Booming guttural vocals all throughout, standard death metal stuff. Lots of dive bombs accompanying the blasts as well. Plenty of blasts. It's all your good death metal stuff going on here. But yeah, like I did say, it's a real improvement over the EP. So if you heard that EP from 2022 and you thought not bad, shows promise, or like I really like this or whatever, this is still better. It's just a big step up. So side B's opener, Reign of Silence. That one is an absolute pummeler as well. The groove and the swagger of a 10-ton hammer. I didn't mean that to rhyme, but here we go. Like, that one gave me like total stank face, like riff face, like, oh yeah, like proper riff face with that track. The final track, Monument to Dread. That one kicks off with one of the strangest kind of dive bombs I've heard probably ever. Really unique sounding thing. Not sure if it was processed in any way or whatever, but yes, certainly really interesting. It's just a fantastic, ugly slab of sci-fi-ish death metal. So, yeah, good stuff here from Clairvoyance. I know a few people have talked about it. My edition came on, so a nice blue goes with the cover. There you go. Let's get the hype sticker I transported here. The debut full-length from Clairvoyance features 6 tracks of extremely rotten, gut-wrenching death doom metal. Well, I can't argue with that. That will be the fetid stuff coming through there. There's the lyrics. Good. And just a replica of the cover there. So nice. Yeah, there you go. Clairvoyance, Chasm of Immurement. I don't know what that word means. We'll get there eventually, but what I do know is it means really good death metal. Next up, we have the debut single-sided EP from a Chechen five-piece. They are called Cancer Void. This is really, really good. 4 tracks plus an introduction and an interlude in sort of 20 minutes or so. It's just an EP. Swirling and swarming death metal. Look at that cover. Yep, that's what she sounds like. There's a bunch of good bands in the old Czech Republic these days. Czechia, Snet is a really good example of a modern band, I think. And their sound isn't that far removed from what Cancer Void is doing here. Dark and churning, mostly in the mid pace with accompanying double bass, sporadic blasts, tremolo, all the good stuff. Very breathy guttural vocals, like really deep, breathy sounding things. The bass guitar sounds like electric fence wire being plucked. It's just nasty sounding. And it occasionally takes the lead focus, which is nice. I do like it when the bass. I've said before, like I'm not huge on like the fretless bass sound, like that kind of thing. I'm getting better at it, but I do like when just regular bass guitar, when it's like distorted to hell, takes on like it takes the stage for a bit. Always impresses. It sounds good. The interlude in the middle of this sounds very appropriate. Sounds like it came from an 80s Italian horror film soundtrack. So that's going to win me over, of course. There's a track on here. There's the back, more artwork, great stuff. Ammonia Baths, great name. Ammonia Baths, it's got a bit more speed to that one. There's a great, almost Swedish sounding up tempo riff in that song. Definitely some dismember, I think, in that particular track, and a little bit of entombed D beat as well. Vocalist Ceres, he did the really brilliant artwork here. Great stuff. I don't know if he did the one on the back as well, but he definitely did the one here on the front. He also did the cover of Local Boys' Reek Mind and their newest album, which is kind of what I thought when I saw this. He's got that, I don't know, it's like very niggly kind of thing, just like putting little bits together to make a whole. And the Reek Mind one kind of looks like that. So, yeah, definitely similarities in his style there. Yeah, this is the band's first EP out on MSUO, and I look forward to what comes next. I mean, it's only an EP, just to wet your whistle, and it's good, really, really good. There is some dead-looking band members there, and here we go, five-piece guys. They're all wearing the sunnies. They do look like Emperor sunglasses, not big sunglasses, but you can't have it all. And yeah, just the lyrics down there, and it's on black, so nothing too exciting. But yeah, really good little first release here from these guys. Cancer Void with First Metastasis. Solid EP on MSUO. Hopefully, we get some more from them in the future. All right, up next we have another mini LP. This one is another new band as well. Pustulant Flesh. What a great band name with gurgling pustulants. I think we know what we're getting with this one. Anyway, the band look very gore grind when you look at that cover, but they're not. They're just pure gory death metal. All down-tuned filth with that snappy snare again that I really like. It does have the carcass style sort of surgery commentary samples between some of the tracks. Definitely, makes you think gore grind. And it's not like it's completely, not grindy or whatever, but there's more in more influence here from like early Necrophagia than there would be Carcass. The majority of the sound is pure modern wave, like Undergang, like Danish kind of stuff, which it's a Danish band. So yeah, bit of Morbific and Depigus added into the mix. Just dumb as a bag of hammers kind of death metal. Short tracks, big chunky meat hammer riffs again. Bass drops that shake my speaker cones. I really should get something, get those looked at. They keep vibrating and shaking, don't they? So anyway, yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, check out the opening to side A closer, Dodsangst, which is obviously in Danish. Dodsangst, I don't know, no idea what that means. That one's just got like a full hammer swing to it, and big chugga riffs. Very, very pleasing. Has a big build up in the midsection, and then crushes down with this single loud ride cymbal hit. Like it's just dun 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 dun, ching. Oh man, And there's the bass guitar in that. It's got a big thud that comes in, just boom, when it all comes back in. I'm not going to like poison the chalice and say that was a drop, because it wasn't, but Jesus, it came in hard after that. Almost spilled the beer that I wasn't holding at the time. And the swagger riff at the end there, it's got pure like stoner kind of metal going on. So it's a little bit, little bit of the old bong hits there at the end of that track. Could have come off straight out of Northcote from Blood Dust to that particular bit, so that was impressive. Side B opener, that one actually is. Hang on, that's right. I meant to point out that Dod Sankt here is actually the side B opener. I think what I worked out is there. This is a misprint. There's 3 tracks on the front on side A, and then there's 4 on side B. So yeah, Dod Sankt is actually the side B opener. March of the Ravenous Dead is the side A closer, and it repeats the same on the center label. So I think it might just be a bit of a misprint there. But I definitely did check that out to make sure I wasn't counting incorrectly. But anyway, back on this track, there's a bridge riff in it that sounds like it could have come off a Fulci release, particularly their last one. Do love the sound that Italian death metal band do, so I was pleased to hear that kind of thing happen. Followed by like it's a single muscle twitches as I rest my blade from your gut to your throat and leave you dying helpless and alone. It's a 5-second track, like You Suffer. It took me 3 times as long to say it than they take to play it. Just a bit of a joke track, I suppose. But probably that's somehow why it's confused up the tracks or something. I don't know. But that is what it is. And you look on Metal Archives, and that particular one is listed as the 5-second track. So there you go. Kind of hilarious. The final title track, though, is the longest. Gurgling Pustulance there on the end of side B. That one is really, really strong. Probably the most cohesive in that standard Danish death metal style. Very thick, sewer swimming sounding death metal. Just putrid. It's a putrid sounding track. Very much like the cover. So David of Undergang did the logo. I mean, it's on his label. It's a Danish band. He's going to be involved somewhere. Under his Ink Lesions banner, I think that's the name he uses for his artwork. Very, very good. And the busy Skadvalder did the actual image here, which is very, very cool. He does all kinds of great artwork. So yeah, great little EP. Hopefully we get some full lengths from these guys as well. Take a look in. There's band photo looking very death metal. There's the lyrics. Yep. As you can see, as a single muscle twitch has no lyrics, so that helps support the fact it's the 5-second track. And yeah, just on black. But yeah, looking over there, the song titles there, as it says here, Dod Sunk End Side A, but I don't believe that's the case. There are, if that comes across, only 3 tracks in the grooves on side A, so yeah, a bit of a misprint there. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter, but it did confuse me a little bit there. So there you go. Pustulant Flesh with Gurgling Pustulance. Blah! Definitely check it out. Here's some nasty, brutal sounding death grind. I can get away with the cover because it's very hard to see what's going on, I think. Unborn Salivate with Paraphiliac Orgiastic Atonement. Some of the album titles today, man. Anyway, this is some nasty death grind. I'm not going to say gore grind again. I'm going to say it's death grind. We've got Dylan Marks from Void Ceremony on drums. There's a name. We've got Paolo Pagan Talon from Miasmatic Necrosis on vocals. He is a great vocalist. And Justin Stubbs from Occulst and Coffination, Father Befouled on guitars. So this is probably another one of his projects, I'd say. A bit of a mini supergroup with those names. But this is a one and done release that came out in 2019. It was 6 years old here, and I'd never heard about this thing. And it's really prior to the major releases of pretty much all the bands I mentioned there, particularly Miasmatic Necrosis. Their album didn't come out till like 2022, I think, something like that, 21, 22. Unborn Salivate feels like the precursor to both Miasmatic and one of Justin's other bands, in Infestment as well. It's like, yeah, just somewhere in between there. Like, it's the almost ready kind of version of both those bands there. It's a short burst of brutal, gory death grind. Definitely aligned more to brutal death metal than pure gore grind. Has a ping on the snare that is just outrageous, absolutely outrageous. It's like a typewriter ding at the end, just amazing. Pinch harmonics left, right, and center. So if you don't like your squeals, you're not going to like this one. Vocals like a blocked drain, finally clearing away the gulk. It's just nasty sounding vocals. It makes the whole thing feel very 1999, 2000 when I'm listening to this. That's definitely the period of like united guttural, brutal death metal with a healthy dose of vols. That's kind of what this all sounds like to me. Probably no, I don't think I can show you the back. The back is pushing it in. Oh my god, I looked at it really closely. Cannot show you the back. Will be no back showing today. Or I might get the slap on the wrist from Master Google. It's a lot more fun, a lot more musical variation as well than I think you might initially expect. The vocals are, the usual single slice of Brie being drawn out, Brie, like that kind of stuff. But there's a lot more actually going on musically under the hood. So yeah, it keeps you interested. And it's not very long as well. The band started briefly as Crypto Kydism, I think is how you'd say the name. Releasing a demo in 2017 before they changed their name to this one. And this release in 2019, they've had nothing new since then. So, I don't know, maybe it was just a thing, get three guys together and release a thing, and maybe that's the end of it. Metal Archive still says they're around. I mean, you can't really trust them sometimes. It could very well be buried. But, yeah, it's nothing particularly new. It's just a great, brutal death metal kind of thing with dripping and gore. Got a bit of grind in it, and yeah, there you go. Kind of was just lucky with this. I was browsing Extremely Rotten Productions website, and they had this one copy left, just sitting there. So I don't know how long it's been sitting there, so I snapped it up. Maybe you'll be able to find it elsewhere. But yeah, this came out in 2019, was just sitting around the distro. So yoink, very well priced too. It's on the P2 record label, but you'll have to believe me, I'm not going to show you the back. But let's see what we can show from the inside. We got pretty foul looking. I can show you that. Yep, there's that side of the LP with random gore and a logo. What can we get away with here? Probably not too much. Oh my god, it's just filthy. Absolutely filthy. That's all the filth we can show you. I'm just slap me on the wrist, right? Anyway, Unborn Salivate with Paraphiliac Orgiastic Atonement. You like it brutal, you like it gory. Check them out. I said at the start I couldn't think of many Polish death metal bands besides Vader, Decapitated. But in fact, I actually have another one, and it is 26 years old that I have on LP now. This is Reinfection with They Die for Nothing. Very brutal Polish death metal band that I knew the name. That's as far as I knew the name. I never heard them or anything like that. It's from 1999. It is crushingly heavy, this album. They Die for Nothing. Just insanely heavy album. I was on, I think it was the metal, I can't even remember, the Metallurgy, the Heavy Metallurgy Discord, and people were talking about the CD of this one, and that just reminded me that I'd seen this cover around. ERP had it, add to cart. A week later, it showed up, and this is just so good. It's Polish, like I said, but it sounds like that New York sounding turn of the century kind of brutal death metal, death grind. Lots of palm muted chugs, really putrid gutturals and rees and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, it's got the early Suffocation, Human Waste for sure. It's meeting Dead Ends, Hymns of the Sick, Malignancies, Intrauterine Cannibalism, all that good stuff. Stir around some United Guttural, and you kind of get Reinfection here. Four-piece band. These guys really, as I said, paid attention to the American brutal death scene. There's nothing that sounds Polish here. Heaps of groove and swagger mixed into the blasting, and there's a hell of a lot of blasting. The snare, again, beautiful sounding snare, great tight crack on that. I keep talking about snares, but just if you do it right, it makes me happy. The bass, now that sounds like Mortician's down-tuned white noise kind of bass. It's just distorted fuzz. The chunky guitar is kind of more technical than you might initially give it credit for. Guitarist on here is actually really good. Lyrics are about what you'd expect for this kind of thing. There's the tracks there. 10 tracks. Yeah, 1999 brutal death metal, over the top gore, misogyny, all of that kind of stuff. Frequently, the lyrics read like a slasher movie kills list, or a serial killer's like book or something. It's just nasty kind of lyrics, but not you can possibly decipher any of it when you're listening to it. Vocally going from those deep gutturals to sort of high Barney Greenway kind of screams. Just, yeah, really nice mix of vocals here. As I said, 10 tracks, 28 minutes to 45 RPM, so it sounds as sharp as attack. And this came out in 2023, first time on LP. 2 years later, I found that at ERP, well, they'd only just put it up, so I don't know if it's had another reissue, or just kept the 2023 version, just printed more copies. I don't really know. But it was well timed because people were talking about it in the chat on Discord. So yeah, I gave it a quick spin. Then I went, this is exactly what I'm in the mood for. Like, this is one of those classic brutal death metal finds for me, just like Mortal Decay was a couple of months ago. Both of their albums, particularly Forensic. Oh my god. Yeah, They Die for Nothing is right up there with something like Forensic. It's just that 1999 sounding brutal death metal, and I'm here for it. Really am. And yeah, great release. This is different cover artwork. The original CD that came out originally on CD and cassette. Poland loves doing cassettes. They were doing a hell of a lot of them even back then. But yeah, the cover here is different. It's obviously, I don't know, it looks like a sort of, it looks kind of CG-ish to me. Like, it's not amazing or anything. It's fine. But the original CD cover was just kind of like it was I think it was a murder shot of a head, and then they just blasted all the red, so it was just red and shadows. And if you look at the tape, which looks incredibly Polish because they put the square image on a vertical tape, and it looks incredibly 1991 Polish tape. They didn't put the red sheen on it, so it is just a murder photo. But here they've gone for a different thing, and it's fine. Wouldn't have minded having the red thing. Out on Deformething Productions. I can't say I've ever heard of them. We'll take a look in here. It's a great sounding press, though. There's the lyrics. There's the thanks. June 1999 is when it was mastered and recorded. And, whoops, upside down. Just a black LP, and I transplanted the hype sticker there, which definitely proves it's 45 RPM. And the first few seconds I played this, expecting it to just be 33, was some of the heaviest damn death metal I'd ever heard. But no, I played at 45. That's what you're supposed to do. So Reinfection, They Die for Nothing. If you are a fan of this album from CD, this LP sounds great. But if you've never heard them and you like the stuff I mentioned, absolutely check it out. And lastly, we have the debut full length from Sweden's Eternal Darkness, which is a band that has been around forever, but I'd never heard of them until this release. An odd sentence to be saying here is it's the debut full length because this came the day were demoing in the underground since 1991, and it took them until 2025 to actually get a full length out. There's a bit of a history with these guys, but man, this still sounds like it crawled out of the darkness of 1991, 1992. It really does. It's not a throwback. It's just a continuation of the early days. Very heavy on the doom side of death metal, which, when you combine it with death metal, makes something that is supremely sonically loud and crushing. They have mastered a massive sluggish sound here, very down-tuned guitars, huge growling vocals. Moondark, Gorment, bands like that is what I was initially hearing here. Decomposed from the UK, Ripakulu from Finland as well. Definitely those guys. You can hear that in Eternal Darkness. But yeah, the absolute heaviness of this does make me think of the early Finnish scene. Just you. Hopefully, I'll put in a good sample for this one because my god, just crushing, absolutely crushing. It's got this flat double bass drum sound. It's just perfect. It's really really flat sounding. And it suits it so well. I love it. Like, it sounds like it's a wet blanket over the kick drum. Just beautiful. It's because it's doomy. It's just big riffs that are drawn out. We're not getting chuggies or tremolo here. It's just these big drawn out riffs. Some absolutely gorgeous sort of peaceful 3 sounding leads over the top of some of the tracks. Sounds amazing. This is not a happy album, not in the slightest. I mean, look at this thing. You've got like a classic artwork here with a skeleton on a skeleton horse and dead people, and they've all got zombie eyes. And yeah, it's not a happy album. Yeah, it's just darkness, eternal darkness by that. Death and Decay songs on here. We have some great track names. We've got like Grief is a beautifully named track. I mean, you name your song Grief, you're not going to have a happy album. When Life Ends, to the point, right? Oh, there is a short but stunning, like really stunning instrumental track called Funeral, just here, third track. It really encompasses that mix of rhythm guitar and lead combined together. They sort of support each other, which is really nice. Really, really like that track. I actually got a little bit of, because it's mixing the rhythm and the leads, and the leads are so mournful. I had a little bit of Jade when I was listening to that. Probably just coincidental, but that's where my mind went. Side B opener into the crematory, almost at cemetery, but into the crematory. I wasn't paying attention, right? Like I just, side A is finished. Turn it over, drop the needle, get up. I walked over this way a little bit. One of the speakers up there. I walked over this way, and it just went in with a bang in this slowest, loudest damn riff, and I just sort of like got startled by the thing. So heavy, so heavy. This is just heavier than a whale omelette. It oh, just crushing, right? And then, on that one, they add in some chamber organs, and now it's just getting really into the doom. Um, so good. We have When Life Ends, I mentioned before. That one sounds like it could come off Corellian Isthmus. That just thin death sound again, but even slower. So good. So good. And for me, this is a band I'd never heard of. Again, maybe they were very regional because they only did demos. Like they did a few, like 4 demos and like a 7-inch or something in there. And they might have been very, well known in the particular area that the band is from. Not entirely sure. Somewhere in the US, I guess. Might have been very well known there, but obviously demos early '90s didn't make their way to Australia for the most part. So I'd never heard of these guys, but yeah, yeah, it's just crushing. But they did try to release an album. I said that they never did, but in 1992, they wrote and recorded an album that was about to get released on Necropolis Records, and then it wasn't. I don't know the story. I don't know the story. Metal Archives had that little factoid on there that there was an album recorded, but didn't say why it didn't come out. So, if somebody does know, please let me know why we didn't get that release. But I think it was also supposed to be an EP around that time, and that didn't come out either. They did another EP, but there's supposed to be another one. So I don't quite know. They just have been maybe a bit unlucky, the band. Not too sure, but the album in '92 for Necropolis never saw the light of day. But now most of the tracks are available, or I should say, were available on a compilation called Total Darkness. That came out on CD and LP in 2006, so that one's nearly 20 years old itself. It goes for silly money on Discogs. Hopefully, the rebirth of the band and releasing this thing, maybe we'll get a nice reissue of that, because that has all their demos, the EP, and the CD version has the unreleased album. Great, but you can't really get it anymore. And I'd like to say that now is the time, while the iron's hot and all that kind of thing. But just as this album was being released, the band broke up again. So I don't know what's going on with these guys. It just doesn't work out for them. But the music here is amazing, just outstanding. Came out on Pulverized Records. We'll take a look inside. And yeah, for me, this is a band that I've never heard of. Poster, nice. Poster there. And oh yes, right. This is color. There's like 3 versions. The one that was posted to me is like translucent, sort of Coke bottle green, not Coke bottle green, like beer bottle green, maybe old school green beer bottles, that kind of thing. Not too bad. Would have not going to be that guy, but it's a black and white thing. I would probably prefer the black, but it is just the version that ERP had. So there you go. Did I show the inner? I didn't show the inner. There you go. Some lyrics. Band photo. What are we saying down there? Cannot read that font. Eskiltuna? Doom Death Metal? I don't know. I can't read that first word, but it's definitely Doom Death Metal. And that is Eternal Darkness with their self-titled. Did I mention it's self-titled? It's just called Eternal Darkness. And unless they get back together again, this is all we're going to get from them. And, well, either way, crushing stuff for 2025. It's going to have to make that top 20 somewhere. And that's it. That's the 6 albums I'm showing in this death metal update. That's the second one in a row. Yes, I was unwell last week and couldn't do a video. I'm feeling fine now. It wasn't another flu thing. It's just something else. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, hopefully back in the saddle and get back to the weekly videos because I enjoy doing them. But that's 2 death metal ones in a row. I definitely need to do a movie update. I've got a stack of black metal back there. But the weather is getting hot. I'm wearing shorts. I just haven't felt frostbitten. So I don't know. There'll be a black metal update just when I feel the time is right. But yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. Consider joining the channel. 99 cents a month. Check out this guy. Check out this guy. I'll see you next time.